All right, so I'm waiting for our guest. Lawyer Belinda. How I say Baba talk data cost. This one go need data. So, good evening, sir. How are you doing, sir? And
Good evening.
welcome to.
Thank you, Daddy. Please, how are you? Thank you,
I'm
fine.
very fine, thank you, sir. So, we're
Mm.
waiting for our lawyer lady. And in the meantime, I want to, first of all, express my happiness that Scott Iguma is out. And like I said, when two people from your company were on my live, I personally like the fact that Nigeria has watchdogs, especially in a sector where proper government regulation seems a bit skeptical. So over to you, sir. Let us
Thank
hear
you.
from you.
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Good evening, Nigerians. God bless you all. My name is
Okay.
Dr. Augustine Onwumere, and I'm live with Daddy Freeze to talk to you all and to talk about the problem at hand. I don't
Mm.
know. Is any other guest coming on board?
No, just my lawyer lady. Anytime she's ready, she'll send a request. But
Okay.
just continue, sir.
Yeah. This meeting is very important for all of us right now because we want to, iron out the issues on ground with regards to our great company called P1. Um, Real estate, land, and buildings is what we sell in P1. And we started 13 years ago. 13 years ago. And we started from nothing and grew the business, empowering people, employing people to come on board, to partner with us, to sell, and to earn income. Why doing this? We encounter problems just like every other company, just like every other business. We encounter problems, especially because it is land, and land is in a separate location from where the people that are dealing on it are. For instance, most of the lands we sold from 2012 to maybe 2018 are in the places in the Bejuleki area of Lagos State, in Ekpe area of Lagos State. When I talk of Ibejuleki, I mean somewhere like uh, close to the airport, close to Lerongbe, close to Igbogu, close to and around the free trade zone, Dangote Refinery, Akodo Road, and some of these lands we bought directly from landowners, that is community people, traditional landowners. And we buy them, we clear them, we map them out into plots using our surveyors, and we sell to people, of course, to develop into estates. And these places are far away from their upcoming developments. When I say upcoming developments, I mean there are scarcely houses around it. But recent times, people have started building in Bejuleki a lot. The Dangote Refinery has started, I think, for 7 years or so. They've been on it and they've started working on operations. The seaport, a lot of houses are now existing. And there are still some places that will take another 10 years, 15 years before people will start building in that area. Now, what happens is sometimes, personal experience, we can buy a property, complete payment. I remember one in an area called Manyure in Ibejuleki Stroke Ekpe. When you follow Lerongbe, take a right at Oja bus stop. And after paying about 400 million to the owners of this property over a period of 20 months, another set of family came up. When we have finished and collected deed of assignment from this family, another set of family came up, and we now have to start paying for that particular new family who claims to be the real owner, that the other family is a relative, but not the owners of the property. You know, that took us unawares. But what we did, we didn't trouble the customers that have bought from
Would you
us.
want me to turn off the comment section so you can concentrate on the story and then
No,
maybe turn it on later?
no, I want them to. I want them to talk. Let them talk. I'm seeing it.
Okay,
So
okay. But I don't want you to get distracted so you don't
no,
get,
I won't. I won't.
you
I
don't
won't.
lose
What I'm saying
focus.
is fact. What I'm saying is fact. It's something that
Okay.
I know myself really happened. So another set of family came up. This one true story amongst many. But it's not something we come out to tell the public. And that is why if you have any issue on any land, I stand to say with all responsibility that we will solve that problem. I've come this far struggling with other Nigerians with the economic situation and with all the problems Nigeria has to set up a business that I want to outlive me. And I've empowered a lot of families to own affiliate companies, more like franchising under the P1 family, that we are taking care of people's livelihood. So going back, we had to now pay another 400 million to that family, that new family, over a period of time too, which was a very nasty situation. And we didn't need to tell anybody. That land is there now. People that have bought have been allocated. I'm talking about Trinity Gardens. Trinity Gardens off Elerongwe Road by Mayure. We have allocated it. Now, that was about 7-8 years ago. By now, if you go back there, inside the bush that must have grown out from the land, you will find corner plot demarcations with blocks for people's landed properties having plot numbers and block numbers. You understand? So I'm not here to defend anything. I'm just here to say what happens in real estate and let people know that we are true to our business and we are true to the people that have trusted us with their funds, with their money. We have never sat down any day to plan evil on how to take people's money from them. That cannot be us. We have never sat down to plan to take people's. Yes, some people have bought land 5 years from us. They've not been taken for allocation. Some have even gotten allocation, but want to revisit that property, that particular location. They feel the land is no longer there. Now, that is a difficult task to carry out after allowing the land to be fallow for 7 years, 10 years. You understand? Like one recent guy that called me, without mentioning any name, he bought 28 plots. And he said he wants to go back there. And that place is a place called at the far end of Ajegbenwa, yes, Ajegbenwa in Ibejuleke, and an estate we call Cornerstone Estate, Phase 3. And I told him, God, I can't go to Phase 3 right now. We've stopped going there for more than 7, 8, 9 years. We can't go there. He said he wants to go and revisit it. Okay, I said, can you pay for going there? He said, yes. And we arranged, and he went there. Now, to even get into the property, a surveyor and some people that need to cut grass need to follow. And at the end of the day, he was happy. Now, we have problems in some of our estates. In Asaba, for instance, we are falling prey to people who are land grabbers. Delta State, in Ibuzo, a lot of land grabbers exist, not just in Delta State, in so many places in Nigeria. You buy a land, you pay through an agent or an attorney, power of attorney holder. The attorney will not pay all the money to the landowners, the true landowners. At the end of the day, you have to buy that land a second time. Without talking to our customers, these are some of the problems we face. I'm happy to be talking like this for the first time, and I will do more of this in various openings like this, because real estate business is not for weak people. There's a lot of problems in real estate business, and that is why we could have sold over 200,000 plots in the past 13 years, and have, let's call it 500 aggrieved customers who may have bought around 500 plus or so in different locations. Now, let me say something very clear and critical here. Having raised about 70 companies, 70 affiliate companies who are doing the same thing in the past, we started in 2015, in the past 10 years, 70 affiliate companies. If that 500 plus or 500 clients we're talking about were to be divided by 70, you will know that may be something like 10 plots each in the 70 affiliates that have issues. in one estate or the other. So let's not misconstrue this information that is going out. People may see that we are not responsible. There is a particular client who I want to also talk about who bought a land in Max Heights, Max Heights in Ibuzo Admiralty Drive. That land had an issue. Admiralty Drive is in Delta State. That land had an issue that prompted us to now pay double or triple what we originally bought the land. Wow. Then it wasn't enough to go round. At the end of the day, we now have to start moving people from Max Heights to Maxville, which is very close by on the same road. Now, some people will say, what I bought here is not the same thing you are giving me in this new place. And when I look at it, I say, wow, what do we do? We even have to take them to relocate them to other locations where they can get a better option, even at a higher price, and we give it to them. Sometimes we ask them to pay something small to make up for the wide difference in the price of the new location. Like I said, land is in a different location from the location of people who are dealing with it. And this has to be very clear. And we need to continue to inform the public, our customers, the things they need to hear or see about these challenges that we face. These challenges that we face. We have done a press conference, not one, not two, on this particular problem. But you know, when people are watching what you say, it may not be the same time they are hearing the information that is causing the issue. All of my directors, the 70 plus directors, are ready to come online to explain or to talk or to do a podcast from time to time. And we are preparing for that. From tomorrow, being the 24th or so, that's 20, tomorrow is 23rd, right? Being the 24th we are starting a podcast where we explain our problems to the general public. And we are open to anybody who has a problem to submit the problem directly to us. We have created an email, P1, and the email address I'm going to send here is the complaints line, you know, where people can send their problems. We mean to solve their problems. If you give us your problem within 1 week or 2 weeks, we are done with that problem. We are going to solve that problem. And we promise to be coming online regularly to talk to people about real estate, their investments, and the purchases they've done, and how we are, and what we are doing. And we'll also be bringing up people's solutions that were solved. In the past 2 months that all these saga started on the internet, we've had about 178 complaints, and over 70 to 80% of them have been solved. And we're still waiting for some more. We're still waiting for some more to come in. And as they come in, we will solve their problems. We will solve their problems. I mean, people need to hear from us and not look at the problem, because we can't solve the problems online. There's no amount of calling out, you call us online, that your land will be given to you. We need to have that information. So whoever is having information about our disgruntled clients, we are sorry. We are sorry that you are feeling this bad. But I want us to work together to get your problems solved. We can't solve your problems by calling them out. So I want to plead with you to use the phone number. The WhatsApp is very active, please, so that you can send your receipts of payment, your contract of sale, and another document.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Hold on 1 second, sir.
Okay.
I like to use this medium to welcome Belinda. Belinda is a lawyer that I trust, and she's very brilliant. And I want to use this as an opportunity to appeal to the people in the comment section. This man right here, he is the highest in the cadre of P1. He has not said they don't have some issues. He has not said he doesn't want to attend to you. Since they called me, I personally told them that I was not going to bring them to my live again until Scott Iguma is free. Scott Iguma has been set free. That is why you can see him on my live. Because I personally told them that I don't want to see them until Scott is free. But we also need to hear them out, especially when they are providing a means to resolution. He has put a number there. If you, for one reason or the other, feel aggrieved at P1, send that number a message. Send your receipts. Send every single thing that you may use to identify your problem, and someone will attend to you. Should be at the end of the day, it is for you to get your land or to get your refund. Or are you enjoying the theatricals of social media more than actually getting answers to the query of your issue on ground? I'm just asking because I love social media drama. This is what favors me. Let's be doing drama on social media. But if truly your land is important or your money is important, how do you get your land or your money back? They have given you a number. Let's start from there. Today, I've also told him that I'm going to bring 1 or 2 so-called victims so that they can share their stories and we can use them as a scapegoat, you won't call them, or yardstick or role model towards the resolution of public problem. If we have 1 or 2 people who have 1 or 2 receipts, maybe their problems can be solved, because there's nobody higher than this gentleman here, as according to the P1 hierarchy. If I'm wrong, please correct me. So if the essence is to get your papers back, case study, thank you very much. If the essence is to get your money, if the essence is to get your allocation, if the somebody said I use so-called victim. I'm sorry if there's a victim. I'm just trying to also be careful with my words, so forgive me. Somebody said they will not reply. I have brought them here. If they don't reply, DM me. I will forward. But you see, now if I say DM me, all of you now carry your problem and come and give me. I don't have time to go through DM. I can solve 1 or 2. But if you send them a message and they don't answer you, screenshot the message you sent and DM me. I will DM to him directly. I don't know P1 from anywhere. But Belinda is here and she can bear me witness. In court, if you have a dispute, they will tell you to first go and try and solve it by yourselves. It is when you've had 1 or 2 meetings and nobody can solve the dispute that you now have to come before a court of competent jurisdiction. So he has offered, he has said, you know what? I will try to solve your problems. So let's give him a small rope, a small benefit of the doubt. Send your problems to that number. If they now don't respond, then you can continue being angry. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be angry. I'm still angry that Scott was arrested, as far as I'm concerned, in what other countries will refer to as inhumanly. But that's not the issue that we have now. What we have now is, how do we resolve the problem for those people who genuinely feel unhappy? Please, you can go on, sir.
Okay. We have a database of our customers. But like I said, some people may have been called for allocation and never came, and their plot will be on the ground waiting for them. Some people may have been allocated and their final documents like deed of assignment and survey plan was not given to them. They need to get back to us, because if somebody asks a question, don't we have database? We have a database. We don't sell land without documents. And the only thing we give for land purchase is receipts. But coming to say that we sell receipts, not land, I think is wrong. What we want is for people to submit their land, their issues to us, and we will solve them. And I'm happy that the referee just said that there are 1 or 2 people he's going to bring online who have complaints, and within the next few days, when we solve it, because I'm going to be personally involved, I am going to come online, and those guys will also come online and tell you whether they are happy or not. We don't sell receipts, and we are open to our business. By the way, let me clear something. If we were gallivanting or stealing people's money, like selling receipts, as they say, would we be everywhere in the 32 states or so of Nigeria? I mean, name the states. I think just a few states, like maybe Katsina, like I think one of few states that we are not present, and we have landed properties there, and we have employees there. Is it by until they kill the company by calling us out that they will say they have solved people's problems? If you jail me today, for instance, nobody will be there to solve your problem. If you jail all my MDs and all the people that work with me, who will solve the problem? Why do we want to forget that the people that are crying for their lands, which is solvable, which we are coming out to say, if I was a criminal, I was a Ponzi scheme operator, I wouldn't come out the fifth or sixth time online to make this kind of video. And like I told you, we are starting a every 2-day what do you call it, podcast from tomorrow by 10 o'clock, where we'll be uploading things like this, where we'll be discussing in a room. I'll be sending things out. We are not criminals. We are not dupes. We want you to come with your problems. I've sent the email address, p1allocationsolutions@gmail.com. And let me also say this, ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians, even if you feel you have been cheated and you didn't get your land and you want a refund, without using the actual refund policy, we are open for refund. I must tell you that. But we have to take it one step at a time. But I am pleading with you. Refund is not the best in real estate, because if you bought a land 5, 7, 10 years ago, maybe you bought it for 1.5 million or 800,000 or 1.5 million, 2 million. At 10 years after, that land may be worth 4, 5, 6 million. So we prefer you take that land if it is there, so that the value of the land will equate the current value of your investment. Because we are not an investment company. We are a real estate, land company. And we want peace to reign in this industry. We are practically the biggest land merchant in Nigeria. I start to be corrected. We are practically the biggest land merchant in Nigeria. I wish to say this, that if I didn't tell you this, just before I connected with you this evening, I was able to speak to VDM directly. I say that again. Just about 10 minutes to 6 this evening, I've been trying to reach him. I was able to speak to him to arrange a meeting between us and Scott Iguma. And that he agreed to do that between now and next week. I mean,
Fantastic.
Of what use is it for us to continue dragging the internet? People are writing sec here. Please, I can't talk anything about government investment, government institution on this live show. That is a private thing for the company, and the board of directors do not want us to talk about anything that has to do with sec in this place. So please, we do not sell receipts. The person that you guys have met, Scott Iguma, to call us out, we are going to have a meeting with him, except he still now refuses. Of course, I will come online and tell you people that we have called him for a meeting and the VDM has tried to arrange it, but I'm sure he's not going to say no to VDM because they are friends. And VDM has given me his word about 30 minutes ago that he would make sure that Scott meets us one-on-one. And that I am very happy that we have gotten to this point. So thank you, sir. You're supposed to bring in somebody to ask me questions, sir. And I don't, you said 6:45.
I have my lawyer here, Belinda. She'll just ask a few questions.
Oh.
And I'm happy you have reached out to VDM and to Scott. And as far as I'm concerned, what I'm most interested in first is that those who paid you money for land either get their land or get the value of their money back. First priority. Second priority, you have over 1,000 people who you employ and pay monthly salary. It would be a disservice to have them back in the employment market again because PMAN has collapsed. It will not favor anybody. So I'm looking at the big picture. I'm not looking at the emotions of this. I'm looking at how is this matter going to be resolved in the interest of the number one, customer, and number two, employee. Sir, I'm sorry, you are not very important in the chain of reaction. I'm more worried about your customers and your staff. And once those are okay, I'm sure you'll find your way and you'll be okay too. But for me, the priority is the customer and the
Yes.
staff. I hope that's okay.
Yes, no problem.
All right. So over to you, Belinda. What are your thoughts?
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Good evening, Mr. Chairman. I
Good evening.
don't think I got your name, but I'll just address you as Chairman.
Mr. Augustine. I hope I got
Okay.
that right.
I got to Onwumere, yes.
All
Okay.
right.
So, Mr. Augustine, I do have a few questions, but I would follow up the questions based on your response as well. So first of all,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe because I joined a little late, I want to know, how does your meeting or scheduling a meeting with Scott or Mr. Scott resolve the problems of the client's issues you have?
Okay. Scott claims to have about 250 as of this afternoon complaints. Those complaints need solutions. If he keeps going online and screaming to people to bring to him, if they don't get to, Scott doesn't have the land, we have the land.
Okay.
He needs to solve their problem, not to keep exciting the public, because those problems are supposed to come to P1. And mind you, P1 has 70 companies. So we need to separate them into different companies. This company, because I got some lists recently from June to now, about 178. Inside that table, which I don't know how to attach a file, I could have attached a file on this phone. We could say P1 P1 Pro has a problem of 6 clients. We have to take those 6 from this 250 that Scott has and assign to the MD of P1 Pro to solve it or to refund them if that is the case. Then we have P1 Max, for instance. Let's say there are 15 complaints out of the 250. Scott needs to release those documents, those complaints, so that we can divide them among the 70 companies according to where they bought the land, so that they can get their land or their refund if that is the solution they reach. That is my answer.
Okay, sir. So
Sorry, I
prior
wanted to say
to,
something. Belinda, please just hold your thought. Just something to what we said.
mhm,
This is my advice. We cannot tell Scott what to do or what not to do. I personally believe that if you have solved everybody's problem and there is nobody that will run to Scott, Scott himself will let the matter rest. But as long as people are coming to him and there are problems on the ground, Scott is how do I say it? He is a he he is not he's a symptom of the problem. The reason why we have a Scott, when a human being has cancer, it will come as headache. The headache is not the problem. The headache is a symptom of the problem. Once the problem is solved, the headache will go away. So once we can solve the problem on ground, I believe Scott, who is a very reasonable young man and who is doing a very necessary job for the nation, will back down the moment the problems start to decrease. Those are my thoughts. So please let us leave Scott out of this and focus on how to solve what's on the ground. Over to you, Belinda.
okay, so I was going to say that when I joined the live, I heard you mention that you have a database or a database. Can you just give an estimated number of how many clients you have at the moment?
This is not
Not the complainants, your clients in total.
clients. I have an idea that we have sold over 200,000 plots nationwide. Nationwide means in 32 states in Nigeria.
Okay, so from the last time I was here with your other colleagues or your staff or members of your staff, I think they mentioned that you guys have about 80% success rate. I stand to be corrected. So
Yes,
if you have sold about
200,000.
200,000, oh wow, that's a
So,
lot. The other
so
20%,
160,000 plots have been allocated. Yes.
yes, so the other 40,000 haven't been allocated. And that's quite a huge number. So hold on, let me land. That's quite a huge number compared to the 250 complaints that Scott has. What happens to the rest of
Let me explain to you. We have
Okay.
not stopped selling lands. Some of these lands have been sold 3 months ago. Out of that 40,000, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, January, February this year, allocation time has not reached. So we can't say we have allocated those ones. So, but those that have problems are generally those that were sold some years back and have not gotten allocation. I don't know whether that is clear.
I would take that. But what is the number of those who haven't? Give an estimated number of those on your database who are still having these allocation issues.
You know, this person I cannot answer it, but I'm looking at, if Scott says he has 250, but maybe another 250 people with different number of plots. You know, if I say 250 people, some bought 4 plots, 3 plots, 1 plot, 1 plot, you understand, 6 plots, 8 plots, 10 plots, put together. But it won't get to that
Sorry, I can't hear
crazy
you.
number
I didn't
of,
hear you.
we can't have that kind of crazy number of non-allocated plots. Some of them, this year alone, if I've not opened estates this year alone, maybe around 30 to 50 estates by different companies in different locations of Nigeria.
Okay, so from all that you have said, I gather that there's more than 250 unresolved allocation issues. Yes.
I can't
So
answer
what happens?
these figures
You
offhand.
already did, sir. So if we're
Okay.
to go by your response, what happens to the other number of people, even if it is just 5 people? What happens to them because Mr. Scott does not
We
have
need
them
to allocate these
on his?
people. If allocation is their problem, some of these people have documentation issues. Not all of them has allocation issues. One issue is different. One person's issue is different from another person's issue.
Can you
And
explain?
we're a business.
Can you expatiate on the documentation issues?
Like maybe a land that we have not converted from the regular registered stock and deed of assignments that requires a C of O, which takes time or allocation from government, like maybe in areas where C of O and allocation, like Imo State, like some other states in Nigeria, are not major issues. They just need a deed of assignment from the traditional landowners, which transfers to us, and then we transfer to the clients. That could be the documentation is done. Another documentation issue that could be possible is just the registration of their survey, which some people have paid and some people have not paid for. You understand? Everybody's problem is different from another problem. One person's problem is different from another person's issue. And this is because we are dealing with land. It's not like a grocery store and you just buy and take what you have bought. Real estate is not transacted one time, you finish everything. If you even get allocated, you need to give time for the processing of the document by the Surveyor General or by the Minister of Lands in the state where the land is. And to also say to add to this, we know we're not just all about lands. We also have homes, houses that also needs deed of lease and the rest of them, lease agreements or deed of assignments.
Deed of assignments from who?
If we buy a land from a person, maybe an individual, for instance, in Shango Tedo area, to buy a land that has CFO, we will try to get a deed of assignment from the person that sold to us.
That's right.
And then from there, we go perfect it to what is called governor's consent. Of course, somewhere like Shango Tedo has CFO already. Most lands, they have CFO. We go do what is called governor's consent. So now the land belongs to us. It has our title. We need to transfer that same title to the customers that bought. And where they bought a flat, not a land, flat, they will get, I think that should be deed of lease. And I stand to be corrected.
No, if they buy a flat, I don't think it will be deed of lease. But let me get certain things still clear. So if you have gotten the deed of assignment from the people you purchased from, why don't you wait to perfect title documents first before you sell to your clients?
Okay, in which state are you talking about?
I'm in Lagos, and I think that the issues we're having currently are in Lagos. So maybe we should kind of streamline to Lagos for now.
Which state of Nigeria are you talking about?
Lagos. I said Lagos.
I'm not hearing you. It's breaking.
Lagos. Lagos. Can you hear
Lagos.
me?
She's saying Lagos. Lagos, sir. Lagos.
Wow.
I can hear you. I'm sure that the freeze can hear
Okay.
you too.
I can hear you.
Now, I hope you know how it works in Lagos right now. Most
I'm here
lands
to
in Lagos,
listen.
yeah, before you can get as far back as 10 years ago, the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria and all the real estate stakeholders has come together so many times to try to work with the government to be able to get C of O's on lands. It was just recently that allocations have kind of been opened. I mean, it has not been easy to get C of O's. You are in the field as a lawyer, you should know what I'm talking about. Getting C of O's for lands in faraway Ekpe, in faraway Ibejuleki, from Aja, for instance, which is about 1.5 hour drive, is not very easy in Lagos. Has
So
not been easy,
what
except recently.
documentation are you using to sell lands in Lagos?
We buy from traditional landowners. If government was releasing C of O's and all those things easily in the past, I think it would have been easy to get.
So when you
But
buy from traditional landowners, how do you proceed with your documentation?
you get a deed of assignment from them, register it in court, make a survey plan, register at the Ministry of Lands, and hold it and start trying. But that, another thing is if you have to wait for all this title to be, complete for any land before selling it. Like if I buy a land for 500,000 or 700,000, I'm going to sell for like 1.5 million. So that when I pay commissions in various levels, maybe I'll keep a profit of 200 or 300,000 on each plot. If I am to apply for C of O on the lands I don't have C of O, it will usually take years before. But right now, I think it is changing. It will usually take years to get C of O. And if you have to wait for years, then the ordinary man who can afford 1.5 million, for instance, would not be able to buy such land because C of O costs from between 3.5 million to 7 million per plot for a Bejoleki when you buy in hectares from government. Because after you have bought from the landowners, you're expected to buy from government, the title. To government, title is government prerogative, is government's rights. So you need to buy that title. Title is not free. You need to buy it as a real estate person. Sometimes we have to
in
apply.
other words, sir, sorry to cut you short. In other words, you are considering the financial status of your clients,
The
or your
clients,
to-be
yes.
clients,
Yes.
as against following due process. But where does that leave them in the long run?
No. At the end of the day, when we finally get title, which we have started getting, like 2 weeks ago, I got one for a land in Ekwe. I paid some, you pay instrumentally to the government. So what we now do after we have bought the land from the traditional landowners and get an allocation is to call meetings of our clients and tell them when you bought this land, there was no title. It was registered survey and deed of assignment we sold with. That right now we have gotten allocation. This is the document. This is the demand notice. This is the various payments we have started making. Please, in order for your land to be justified or stronger in title, you need to pay a particular amount of money. We didn't sell with title. We didn't say we are selling with title. Some of the adverts you see online will say C of O in view.
Okay.
You understand? They will say C of O in view, which means they will still work out the C of O and pass the bill, share it among all the plots, and give them instrumental payment plan the same way we have instrumental payment plan with the government.
Okay. Has any of these
I'm saying there are not lands. There's a land we are selling in Shongotedo for 40 million naira per plot. How many Nigerians can afford 40 million naira at this time? There's another one we're selling for 110 million naira per plot in that same area. How many people can afford 110 million naira. But if you offer anybody, in 2015, we sold hectares of diamond for 7.5 million. My network is going. We sold hectares of diamond for 7.5 million. It came with a title. That was 2015. Today, land in hectares of diamond is about 70 million naira with the same CFO. P1 Plus is selling something there now. Can't remember the name of the estate, but they have something there for about 70 million naira. So we came in at a time when developing areas was 12 to some few years ago. And we're offering lands for as low as 1 million naira, 1.5 million, where we can even take 100,000 per month for 15 months, 100,000 per month for 10 months. You understand what I'm saying? 50,000, sometimes up to 30 months per month, because we know people, life is hard.
Okay.
And these are lands that people will keep for themselves if they are still servants. They are years, they are churning from work. They need to go back to it and say, this is what I've got it for myself as a young person when working with the government or working with a federal institution or working on a private business. And you know, we have trainings that we conduct regularly to help these people understand how they can buy several plots at the beginning. For instance, you can buy 6 plots and at 50,000 per month, pay 300,000 per month for 30 months when your land is complete, when it's complete. And then when in the future that area has a CFO, you can sell those 2, 3, 4 plots inside a 6 plots and use the money. Of course, if you bought it for 1.5 million, maybe going for as much as 7.5 million or 10 million or 20 million. Sell them and use the money you have from those 2, 3 plots to build on the ones that you now call your own. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. These are some of the services we offer.
I hear you, sir. So having been in the real estate business for quite a number of years, how long does it take, using Lagos as a case study, to process the certificate of occupancy?
I said that recently the government called stakeholders to a place in Ekpe. That was in November last year.
Recently, okay.
November last year.
November last year.
It was really, really difficult. You can stay on the CFO for 5 years. You can stay on the CFO for 5 years.
Having this knowledge that you can stay on the process of getting a CFO for about 5 years, and from everything
That's
you
why,
have said.
are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Are
you there?
Can you hear us? Yes, I can hear you. I'm sure that the priest can hear you as well.
I can hear you, sir.
So apparently, the people who are complaining, your complainants,
Hello.
your clients.
I can hear you now. I wasn't hearing you before.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was saying that from what you have just shared, some of your clients who have turned complainants would be just in their complaints because you.
Hello.
Sir, I can hear you. I'll just hold on so that he frees. I don't know why he can't hear us.
He's rolling.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So welcome back. So I was saying that apparently from how you have just responded, some of your clients who have turned complainants now will be just in their complaints. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. What do you say?
I said some of your clients who have turned complainants at the moment will be just in their complaints and the aggression, even though we may say they're not going about it the right way, they will be just because you have just mentioned that prior to November 2024, it took a long time to get certificate of occupancy in Lagos, at least for 5 years. And your company was selling property, lands and property to these people without proper title documents. Is that correct, sir?
We were selling it with the title that was available at that time.
The title, the appropriate title will be certificate of occupancy. What would have been correct or what may be appropriate? Sorry, sir, let me.
Deed of assignment is also a title, but it's a traditional land title.
is a traditional land title. Now, given that
Yes.
these lands are in the state and are in Lagos State, and the overall document in this case now will be C of O, wouldn't it be more appropriate to wait for however long it's going to take, 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, to get the C of O before selling proper
Can you hear
and
me?
legitimate, yes, sir, proper and legitimate lands and
Until
property to your
until
people?
until November 2024, we never knew we could get titles. As I'm speaking to you, we have gotten demand notices up to 3 from some of our
Sir,
estates,
but you just
and
said
more are
that
coming up.
prior to, I'm sorry, sir, you just said that prior to November 2024, it took at least or about 5 years for C of
I'm not
O to
hearing
be
you.
perfected in Lagos State.
Network.
I'm not hearing you.
Network.
I can hear you.
So
I can't hear you.
oh
I can
wow.
hear you.
Okay. Maybe
Well,
he's going
let
to
it be.
come he's going to come back. You see, while we're waiting for him to come back, land with C of O is always more expensive than land without C of O. So what
True
people
then.
themselves, what the customers themselves want is a cheap way to enter the land business so that they can maximize for land we get C of O. If the land no get C of O, it will be like maybe 1 million. Once it gets C of O, it will be 30 million per plot. You understand? So sometimes it is because land business is a fun business. I don't understand it, but me, I've lost money doing land business before.
Mm-hmm.
That's why um, I'm a bit wary about land business. Let me bring him back.
Think about
Okay, sir. I think you're better. Your network is a bit better now.
Yes. Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay,
Can you
sir,
hear me?
you were
Yes,
speaking
yes.
before the
So
network.
I was waiting for your explanation, sir.
Mm.
Okay, now land with C of O is very expensive. If you look at our vision is making home ownership dream a reality. And our mission is to find lands in developing areas, make this you ways you can make money to be able to buy that property. That's what we started with. And we never said we are the providers or we were going to generate the title by ourselves. We were going to apply to government. And government has now started giving C of O's. So the issue of government has taken our lands, I think that has to be corrected. That government have taken our lands. Lands are in the purview of government. And government get land,
Yeah,
final say
yeah,
for land. In
yeah.
Shongote, though, where my office is, there is no title on that property. As I'm speaking to you, it has deed of assignment, and there are thousands of houses around me that don't have title. The area has met development before government could give them title. So we are asked some 5 years ago to be contributing money to pay for the person that the company Coca-Cola owns that place, to pay Coca-Cola for the title of those properties. I don't know what I'm saying. So there is also a part of the Land Use Act that says that if I stand to be corrected, a lawyer, he knows better. If an area becomes densely populated with homes, that the government will do what is called ratification with those people one by one. They pay some money to the government to have title because every property must eventually have a title.
Of course.
I don't know whether you get me.
I get you, sir. Okay.
So as I'm
So,
talking to you now, we have formed what they call it, a group of people, cooperative, not cooperative, a group of people who are looking into. I heard that.
Network.
we're with you, sir. Please proceed.
Okay. After this question, one more question. and then we adjourn. Network is a bit
It's working now. I don't know. Network again. Hello.
We can hear you.
yes, we can hear you. So just one more question. After that, I'll tell you what we should do going forward. Okay? All right.
Okay, sir, you were speaking. You didn't finish what you were
So
saying.
finish the question, sir.
Please, I finished it. Maybe it's network. What was the question?
No, just wrap up what you were saying.
I was talking about title. Every land must eventually have title.
Mm.
And title is government owns title. It's just like buying a car. You must put
I
particulars on
agree.
it. Yes.
I agree.
So you can buy the car without a particulars. And within a few days, put your particulars on it. That comes easy. So I also want to use this opportunity to let the government know that a lot of real estate companies will go under if they don't they get the chance to be able to put title on the lands they bought.
Okay,
I
so
want us all to.
I hear
I'm
you
hearing
say
you.
that some of your adverts indicate that the lands C of O in view, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. So in other words, most of the clients are aware that there's no C of O at the moment, at
Yes.
the time of payment.
Yes.
Okay. Whose duty does it
Even our
become?
frequently asked questions comes
Sorry, sir,
with
let me
the
just wrap
title
up.
at present when they are buying.
Okay,
Our
let me just wrap
FAQ.
up this question.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility does it become to get the C of O upon perfection? Yours or your client's?
Now, because the CFO will be given to us as what is called global CFO or one allocation document for a particular number of hectares, we will start the process. And as we are going on with processing it, because it doesn't come out completely at once, takes some, even to get the demand notice takes about 6 weeks to 2 months to get. Then you now have some months to pay up the figure on the bottom of the demand notice. So when we have probably paid that, if I have one copy here, I will tell you, there's one particular figure you need to pay, which is like half of the money that is at the bottom. Once you pay that one, you can now begin to deal on the land. And then you can
Can
now
you say
tell
that again?
customers, to contribute to having a title under their land. I don't know what
I'm
I get what I'm
sorry.
saying.
No, I didn't get you. I didn't hear you.
I
Can you
think
take that again?
network is challenging
Hello?
today. Hello, sir. I think
Hello?
we're having some network challenges. I think
Eh?
it's from your side, sir. Can you hear me, sir? The network where he is very bad. Can you hear me, sir?
I'm hearing you, sir.
Okay, so let's end this here. Because of the network challenges, we're going to reconvene. So, in the time being, you have put a mechanism in place to reach Scott. Is that correct?
I didn't hear that, sir.
You have put a mechanism
Let me
in
stand up.
place to reach Scott.
Huh?
Let me call you on the phone, sir. The network is very bad. The other day we had very good network. I don't know what the problem is today. So let me call him on the phone and let me call him on the phone and then we end here. Sorry, Belinda, your questions were not getting answers because there was a lot of break. It was not flowing.
It's okay.
So I hope he picks up. No, the hello when they're asking questions is the internet. He can't even hear me. So I don't believe that he is evading questions. Let me try to bring him live. Hello, sir.
I think I'm back.
All right, so let me just wrap this up very quickly. So, from what I've heard, you have set up mechanism in place to have a conversation with Scott Iguma.
Yes.
Yes. And by next week, at least we'll have feedback of how that conversation went.
Yes.
Also, you have given me and the general public via this live your word that you are committed to resolving any problem anyone has regarding land allocation with P1.
Yes.
Hey. Okay. All right. You have also provided a number.
Yes.
You have also provided a number which I'm going to read out on the screen. And that number is